Hello, mis cielitos, and welcome back. Coco and Rush are here, and you might notice there's something slightly different about the visual you're looking at, just a tiny bit.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. So yeah, Rush and I had started Investigations 2 on the original DS back in February. Then we had some scheduling and then computer issues. And then eventually it came out, the announcement that they were going to actually finally translate it and port it. So I was just like, all right, let's just wait for that.
Yeah.
So,
and then finally the stars aligned and we were able to.
Guy was like, well, I'm done trolling with y'all now. You can have fun. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. We're not going to be starting from the beginning. I went through and got up to roughly where we were. You know, I skipped some dialogue or didn't investigate some stuff, and maybe it's not exactly the same, but we're in the plane.
Yeah.
And I have been informed that there have been some changes to names, so if we get a little confused at times, that's why. The one that stuck out to me as I was just like speeding through everything was Nicole Sparks was changed to Tabby Lloyd, which I think is really cute.
Honestly, much better.
Yeah, like, I'm sure there's some sort of pun to Nicole Sparks, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know it either. It's not, if it's like a play on like a sort of local term, it's not used over here, so.
Yeah, I have no idea. And the fact that Tabby Lloyd is so on the nose makes it funnier to me.
So much better.
Like, I know there's been like some people who have been upset by some names. I don't know specifically which ones. I don't know if Tabby Lloyd is one of them, but obviously yeah.
Yeah, the only one I saw was a character we've not yet come across that people were either delighted over or hated, so.
Let's see. Also, if there's some stuff that we've forgotten, you know why. It's been like almost half a year.
Yeah. We're now even older than Gumshoe.
Actually, yep. So it's been more than half a year, so yeah. Like, I skimmed through the stuff when I was, getting to here. So, the very basic, but there are details I'm not going to remember.
Yeah.
Alright, so I believe we did the examination of all of this. I don't think I went through the individual dialogues unless they were necessary. Whoa.
Don't want to deal with that.
And who was... Let me double check. Who was...
I think you were him.
I have higher hopes for your investigation. I do hope you won't betray my trust in you. Things are progressing well, I hope. There's no need to worry. Things are progressing just fine. Remember, I absolutely despise betrayals of all kinds. Yes, I know. Indeed you do. So please, do take care not to double-cross me, accidentally or otherwise. I really have no choice but to do as he says for now.
Can't believe I let an assassin onto the president's plane.
You know very well it was for the good of the investigation, Mr. Knight.
Don't give me that! I know what you really want!
You do indeed, because you heard me say it already. I wish to know the truth behind Mr. Rook's death. But you did also say you were asked to assassinate the president by a certain someone. You seem to have forgotten that there are more pressing matters at hand. I don't often carry out unpaid work, but it's not entirely unheard of. Fine, I'll get back to the investigation. Good, I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So let's see, what's in our court record right now?
Delicious cookie.
Delicious cookie, we cannot be without it. We've got the newspaper clipping,
The
a
balloon.
fallen hero,
R.I.P.
the recording, bullet trajectory, security plan, revolver, photographs,
She's so cute.
cues, the coat, the security monitors, one of which is missing, crime scene notes,
Hmm.
and the attached case. The victim, he was the leader of the president's security detail and appeared to have died in the line of duty. Second in
Sorry.
command. Yep. Second in command of the president's security detail, and injury means that he was unable to turn his head to the right.
I'm not an Ambi Turner. I'm almost certain I made that joke last time.
Failure to kill a professional assassin who attempted to kill the president 2 days ago. Rook managed to intercept him then and injure his left arm. Self-styled great thief and so-called second Yatagarasu, who's always looking to bag the greatest treasure of all, the truth. Tabloid. A journalist who attended the president's speech hoping to snap up a scoop. Li Yonghuang, the current president of Zhangfa. An attempt was made on his life as he gave a speech at an event held in his honor. Dick Gumshoe, homicide detective from the local precinct, who's always first on the scene at any murder investigation.
So my screen is very close to my face, so I don't have my glasses on, so everything's very slightly blurry. But I genuinely read it as horrible detective.
Wow, game, come on, give him a break.
Be nice.
I remember one thing going through the old footage, I was like, alright, the biggest plot twist this game could give me that would make it the best in the series automatically is if Edgeworth gave Gumshoe a raise.
That'll never happen.
We can only dream. Alright, is there anything we can logic together? Assassination attempt, during his speech, a premeditated attack, a bulletproof vest, found on the desk, has a bullet lodged in it. Is it the president's? Rook's gun, 6-shot revolver on loan from Zhengfa, has not been fired. Found in a trash can, not easy to acquire in this country. The bullet passed through the victim, where did it end up? Knight can't turn his head to the right, so he was moved to the right side of the stage.
Assassination attempt in Knight's position, maybe? Because if you remember the trajectory of the bullet, it would have shot straight through that area, right?
I think so.
Maybe
There's
not.
nothing in the text, yeah, that...
Yeah.
We might not have the things we need.
Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
We gather more stuff and see what we find.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any, like, extra dialogues that's popped up.
I think because you're too close to him, yeah.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? So, there were two red-hooded assassins?
Well, I don't know if we can say that with any certainty just yet.
But Mr. DeKiller is a professional assassin, right? And Tabby was pointing a laser sight at the president. I give up. This one's a real mind-bender.
If the truth cannot be discerned, it is because something is obscuring it.
Oh, gotcha. So if we can swipe that something, the next treasure we bag will be the truth.
Yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Picking up on how to investigate like a pro, you know?
Have you really? That's good to hear.
So basically, you examine stuff, and that helps you figure out what evidence and information to bag. And you connect some of that info you picked up, present some evidence you pocketed. And poof! Suddenly you're making off with the greatest treasure of all, the truth. Well, can't say I haven't been putting the work in, can you?
I applaud the effort, Kay.
A real life is asking us to investigate a real life crime.
Indeed. Just what is his game?
Either way, all we can do now is push on ahead. Let's do this, Mr. Edgeworth, for Mr. Rook! It's hard being somebody's trusted sidekick.
I don't remember ever asking you to be one.
And how come you get to do all the detectiving and have all the fun? It's no fair!
I don't remember becoming a detective either, though I guess that is exactly what I'm doing.
But you've got the brains for it. All you're missing is a pipe in your hand.
I'll steal it from Herlock Sholmes.
A steel pipe?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about anymore.
Are you kidding? We're talking about how to be the perfect sidekick. Maybe I should keep a database where I can store all the vital information we find. But then I'd just be doubling up on what you already do, huh?
I should never have bothered asking.
I love how crisp the sprites are now.
Yeah.
It bothers me that we don't see anything about if this one's been shot or not.
Yeah, it does say not easy to acquire in the country, and the other one says on loan from Zheng Fa. So there's, but is there a link there?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like they're the same. This one just has
right, yeah.
a laser thingy. So, I mean, we can try it. Maybe
It's up
that'll,
to
like,
you.
tell us, you know... that they
No,
were-
you're stupid. Why would you think these two guns are linked? You idiots, you morons.
Let's give it a shot. Maybe?
The two guns are exactly the same, meaning it's likely that the one we found is also from Xingfa.
Yay!
The bodyguards all got their guns from the Zheng Fa authorities, right?
Yes.
Are they, like, super rare or anything?
No, I don't believe so. This motto isn't exactly easy to come by in this country, but it's certainly not possible either. Impossible either.
Oh, and here I thought they might be valuable treasures.
Yes, it is something of a shame.
Whoa! Just mentioned treasures and you actually responded for once.
I only mean to point out that if the guns were rarer, it would be much easier to trace them. Which would have made them treasures of the evidence variety, I suppose.
See, everything's a treasure hunt one way or another, including this investigation.
I've got my treasure hunt for mozzarella sticks.
All
You could say that.
right then, it's treasure hunting time. On with the investigation.
She certainly seems a lot more enthusiastic all of a sudden. You just approved of her hyperfixation.
Such an autism champion.
I mean, maybe these two?
Yeah, it would make sense, right?
Or... Owie.
Connected the evidence. You didn't connect shit.
Like, the second I hit connect, I look at the bottom one and I was like, or... Two bullets were fired in total. We know this because 2 shots were heard. One traveled through the flag and into the balloon. The
R.I.P.
other took Mr. Rook's life.
But there's a bullet in the president's vest too, right? How is that possible?
How indeed. The numbers don't add up. However, there's one possible explanation.
There is?
After passing through his body, the bullet took Mr. Rook's life and found itself lodged in the vest. In other words, 2 of our bullets were in fact 1.
No way!
That's right. If the president had me wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse.
And he wasn't injured at all by the impact. Even when I'm obstructed by a vest, a bullet can inflict serious damage.
Sure, I've known guys who get broken bones that way. But the president's okay. He's made of strong stuff.
I'm just looking at like the little golden hand on his jacket and thinking of Gravity Falls.
Good.
Or the hand of Midas from the third Aladdin movie.
Yeah, with the Delphi dad on it.
Sounds like he didn't even need a vest.
Let's not get carried away here. It just bounces off his pecs. I want that bullet's ballistic markings analyzed.
Remind me what those are again?
The writers really love this factoid. Guns leave a unique pattern of grooves on every bullet they fire. You might even call it a handprint of sorts. By examining these grooves, we can use them to identify which gun it came from. Think of them as fingerprints of a sort.
You can tell all that from a bullet? Then what are we waiting for? Analyze away!
Might be easier said than done. The bullet hit solid armor. The impact will have completely flattened it. You'll be lucky if there's anything left for forensics to find.
What? But I was all set for some analyzing.
That's quite enough investigating for now. What is taking so long, Detective Gumshoe? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, have you solved the case? No, not yet. Is that so? Then perhaps interviewing another key witness might help you do so. Another witness? Who?
Did that not...
No.
Did my mic... Okay, sorry.
You don't mean...
The most important witness of all. The man on the other side of that door.
He really intends to have me question the president.
Now, if you would be so kind as to summon him, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop right there to kill her. I mean, wouldn't you just call a child in this universe, like, I don't know, Winnie the Lottery or something like that? Like...
You're nuts if you think I'd let him anywhere near you!
Or brings world peace,
Well, Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching us through your security feed, aren't you? In which case, I politely request you show yourself. That is, if you value your bodyguard's life.
He just stays in there.
Yeah, I don't.
If it was the other one, maybe, but nah.
Well then, if nothing else, we now know what kind of a man you really are.
President! Stop, you can't do this! Let's all just calm down, alright?
Come on, detective! Where in the blazes are you? The lights! What's happening?
Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth. I would advise you to stay very still. It seems I will not be granted my audience with the President after all. Even with Mr. Knight's life as my bargaining chip.
No, stop! Ah!
Key! You won't get away with this, the killer!
I have seen enough, and I now know the truth.
Where are you? Where did you go?
I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth.
Kim Katsurugi looks different than I remember.
Where?
Oh.
Detective Gumshoe.
Sir! Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
March.
Oh, he's in the baby girl pose.
March 25, 4:45 p.m. Zhengfa presidential plane.
I must have been knocked unconscious.
Sir, you're okay? Are you alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Never mind me. He didn't hurt you, did he, Kay?
Nah, I'm fine. Only just woke up myself. My head will be sore for a while, but that's about it. So you can stop worrying.
Detective, did you manage to stop the killer?
Well, see, Miss Lloyd came running out of the plane and, she told us he'd flown the coop. We were too late. I'm sorry, sir. Bodyguard over there told us something too. Seems there's an inflatable boat missing from by the window. From by the window, sorry. The killer must have stolen it and rowed himself across the lake.
What?
Good for him.
That... okay. What about the cordon around the park?
I called everybody back up and to stake out the plane. Including the guy stationed across the water.
No! So he's completely slipped through our fingers?
Not the best look for the department, but yeah.
I love you, Gumshoe, but I don't think the look of the department can get worse.
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. I'm dowsing for water here.
Mr. Knight, you're alive?
Yeah, no thanks to that murderer. Well, well, that reminds me. I found this lying in the ground next to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
A calling card? Marked with a seashell?
Are you finally gonna remember?
Guess he wanted to leave a message.
Left behind by the assassin Shelley the Killer when he made his escape, adorned with his distinctive seashell emblem. The killer usually leaves these next to bodies of his victims.
But you're not dead, sir.
But you will be.
But I could have been. Maybe that's the message. Can't stop thinking about his parting words. I have seen enough, and now I know the truth. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth. And now I know the truth. The truth about what?
Roger that. All clear out here, sir. Over.
What's going on?
That was the president. He's coming out.
Now?
Jesus Christ.
Didn't skip leg day, huh? Who'll be this guy? Probably be talking to Edgeworth a lot. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go for it. Didn't
Okay.
skip any
Why-
day.
Why is his suit so like suctioned to his muscles?
Yes.
It's deeply upsetting.
That's just like a skin tight leotard painted with a
Yeah.
suit on it.
Yeah,
Also, his ears are pointed.
he looks like a lion.
He does, yeah.
So he's the president of Zhengfa, Mr. Dijon.
And you are?
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President. My name is Miles Edgeworth.
The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijon Wong. Your efforts on behalf of Zhengfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis.
Yes, that's all good and well. How's your Lang? He must be referring to the Yatagarasu case. Thank you, sir, but all I did was solve a few local cases of murder.
You are too humble. I have been observing your investigation. You are an impressive operator, Mr. Edgeworth. Even if the killer did get away.
That's very kind of you to say. So he was watching through his security feed.
Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes.
What do you mean?
I thought he's raised his middle finger.
Yes!
Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I shall only say this once. For I shall say this only once, rather.
But you said it twice now.
Night has apprised me of the state of affairs. And from this point forward, the case will be handled by Zhengfa's police force, the finest in the world.
Please, 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 please.
Even with the killer out of the picture, they're still looking to get me thrown off the case.
What do you think you're doing, pal? Nobody talks to Mr. Edgeworth like that. If it hadn't have been for him, the killer would have...
Detective! Forgive him, Mr. President. He's very loyal. But I must confess to being somewhat confused.
You should slash his paycheck.
That's a good idea! Why have I never thought of that? I fail to see how or why this case falls within Zhengfao's jurisdiction.
You fail to see... Enough, puny prosecutor. You seek explanations from a head of state? I say no! 1,000 times no! I will not explain myself to you. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from this plane.
Like Doozy says, if I were you, Edgeworth.
This can't really be the end of the line, can it?
Case handed to Mr. Knight.
Why? Why let us come so far only to pull the case out from under us?
Now, you may leave. Knight, detain the suspect. Yes, sir, right away. To make an attempt on my life, to murder one of my faithful servants, the effrontery, the villainy.
I just noticed now too, like above his lips, he does have like
Yeah.
the little dots of like where whiskers would be. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I didn't murder nobody.
I'm fairly sure I gave her that voice.
Yeah, since I'm pretty sure she has a connection to Lotta Heart, so we were just like, all right, yeah, southern accent.
Cause,
Shut your mouth, Miss Journalist. Answer me this. In a world already lousy with lies, with deception, with sin and iniquity,
like, all right, Charles Z. Britannia, like...
can we stand by and suffer yet another crime to go unpunished? I say no! 1,000 times no! There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender.
Ew.
Why, you ask me? Then I will tell you.
He's just lecturing. He's hiding something. I can't think. I'm so nervous. And if I leave now, we'll never know the truth.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's gotta be something we can do.
Think, Miles. Remember. How many times have you faced situations like this in the courtroom?
Everyone looks at each other as he says this out loud.
Thinking that.
You've confronted the lies of witnesses, encountered the arguments of other lawyers. Has the critical evidence always been laid at your feet? No. And yet, you always got to the truth of the situation in the end. Now it's just becoming like a competition between him and the president of who can be like the most dramatic monologue.
He's not gonna lose.
Of your greatest weapon of all, your words. Oh god.
Oh.
Now, let us analyze the state of play.
Be gone, puny prosecutor. Or do you dare defy the direct order of a president?
He's not going to listen. He clearly means to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. When an opponent is on the offensive, the best thing I can do is bide my time and wait for an opening. As he said himself, he's a head of state, a seasoned politician. He won't open himself up to attack easily. I can't let him bully me into submission. I have to stay calm and alert. If I can read his movements and expressions correctly, I may be able to find my moment. My first aim should be to find out why he is insisting on Zheng Fa taking over the case. The board is set. Time to make my opening gambit. Who will take over? Explain to me while I'm off. Who will take over?
Sure.
These.
Did I give you permission to speak? No! 1,000 times no! I am the leader of Zheng Fa. I have no time for your insolent backchat.
I was simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police force.
I do. Now enough of your pointless questions.
Do you think I'm gonna give up? Bide my time? Bide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he'd take well to that.
Good boy.
Oh, thank you.
The interior of this plane is the sovereign territory of Zheng Fa. You have no rights
I had a
here.
feeling he was gonna pull that.
Yeah. Coco's
Excellent.
favorite.
Is that so?
Why is that familiar?
Could it be that our current location itself is significant somehow? I should keep that in mind. It could be a useful clue. So who will take over the case? Explain to me why I'm off the case.
That one maybe, yeah.
Could you at least explain to me why I'm off the case?
Imbecile! Cease your insolent jabbering! I need not explain myself to you. My reasons are my own, and they are none of your concern.
Perhaps it's time to employ my clue. In the course of our conversation, I've deduced certain facts from your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location.
You smarmy smart aleck.
As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Zheng Fa. And from that, we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritoriality apply here inside here. Is that correct?
Enough! Cease your objectionable whining!
Me to myself when I'm hungry. Are things getting too hot for you? Ooh,
Oh my.
spicy.
You can rant and roar all you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable. The moment I mentioned extraterritoriality, you became visibly agitated.
And so did Coco.
So long. Fight was so long.
Yo. Sorry, it froze on my screen there, just on yo. So I thought something get super chill. Okay, it's back.
You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. It's true! Extraterritoriality applies. Your laws mean nothing here. And why does that matter, you ask? It matters because it means you are powerless. You've neither influence nor authority here.
Interesting. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all of this. Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we?
Oh, that's such a pleasing sound.
Yes. This next move will surely decide the victor. He may be the president, but nobody is untouchable. I just have to find the right angle of attack. Does that rule really apply here? You overplayed your hand. Overplayed hand?
Sure, why not?
Surely you see that you overplayed your hand.
Nobody asked for your opinion. You need only obey me, nothing else.
You really think I'll obey you? Bide my time? I don't know.
Bide my time. He might talk himself into a clue again.
You dare to tell me how to govern, how to lead? You dare contradict me?
On the matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt, yes, I do.
No! She is guilty. She is the culprit. There is nothing left to debate.
Well, I still have plenty to say. Yes, of course, she is the culprit. Bide time?
Yeah.
Who else could have fired from outside the plane? There is no other viable suspect.
Fascinating. He's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired at him from outside the plane. This could be a vital clue. Does that really apply here? You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it?
Understand what you are asking?
Of course, if I didn't, I wouldn't ask it.
Have you no shame, calling into question the good word of one such as myself?
I have nothing to be ashamed of. You're the one that should be ashamed.
You should be ashamed, Dad.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
I have no more time for this. You clearly cannot be saved from your own foolishness.
You needn't to worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. That would be Miss Lloyd, the woman who is being wrongfully accused of this crime.
Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. The right to extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Zung Fa.
Time to deploy my clue. She fired at you from outside the plane. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality of the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, correct? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply in this case. Your assertion is entirely without merit, and the detainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified.
How could I have bested? I am your prosecutor, but I am the president! The president!
Checkmate. I trust you won't mind if we continue our investigation now, Mr. President.
Oh no. Ow.
I hereby officially and unreservedly confer my approval. Consider it a gesture of the magnanimity and generosity for which my good office is known.
Uh-huh.
Yes, for without noble acts such as these, unmistakably and irrefutably, for which reason we hereby There can be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty and our hearts. People of Zengfa, I swear to you here and now, this investigation will continue.
All that when he could have just said, okay, you got me?
Oh, bless you, Kay. Mr. Knight, if you would care to return the evidence, and hopefully you haven't tampered with it while we were arguing.
Take it.
We did it, Mr. Edgeworth.
We sure did, and now the investigation can continue.
Whatever. Enjoy your pocket full of pods. I'll be over here enjoying how you put them into play.
And you'll definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor if you would be so kind.
What is it?
Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself?
Now you want me to testify? Whoa, that's your next move? If you want the president to testify, you'll have to take him to court.
All in good time, Mr. Knight. He will get his day in court soon enough. But if a person of interest refuses to cooperate at the investigative stage of the process, they are obliged to provide detailed justification as to their reasons for doing so.
That's...
What's the matter? Is there something you'd rather we didn't know?
Hands down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor asks.
Thank you for your cooperation. And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful time zone wherever you are. And as always, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Toodaloo-hoo!
Judy.